It's me again. If you guys remember me, because it's been quite a while. Been really quite a while since I've been on here. Isn't that weird? So much has happened. So much has happened since the last time you guys and I have kind of interacted. Because if you guys don't know, I've taken down all my previous content. But why? I just thought it was the best thing to do, because I'm in my 30s now, and with who I was fundamentally developing as a person in my 20s is someone I totally disagree with now that I'm in my 30s. I mean, like, what the hell was I thinking? Because here's a fun fact: throughout the rest of your life, you will make mistakes. I am no exception. Here's an even more fun fact: the next time you make a mistake, it won't even be the last time. And that's kind of how you have to treat life. You can go into situations knowing that if you're either going to leave that particular situation with less in your pocket than how you had coming in, then I think it's in your best interest that you should act otherwise. You know, it's funny, because I look back on all my old videos, I just see a person who's confused, maybe even lacking direction. But now that I'm older, I really love who I have become. Like, I'm really enjoying the fact that I can really be myself in my 30s, and you guys get to witness it. I'm just gonna be extremely honest in all of these videos. It's not that I wasn't honest in my older videos, it's that I was too honest. Yeah, that's actually a thing. I don't mean it in a way that being honest is a bad thing, but rather I didn't approach situations with tact. So say, for example, I have an old friend coming up at me asking me questions like, dude, do I smell? And then he lifts up his armpit and, like, you know, like, yo, I get a big whiff of your BO, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? Especially after the gym. Like, you want me to lie to you? Like, dog, you smell like dog water. You smell like cheeks. You smell bad. But instead of saying just, you smell bad, I have to say all that extra stuff. And that's what I mean, because it's just extra. So I've kind of learned to approach life in moderation now. I've learned that I'm spending a lot of my 30s unlearning and deprogramming myself from the ways that I was initially programmed for certain things. And you know what? It's really nice to be here, to be at this level of awareness. Because let's talk awareness just a little bit, please. Because on that very same topic, being self-aware is probably the most important thing in this whole life that I want anyone to leave with. It's that, like, you understand that you exist, and not only that you exist, you have the power to effectively change the environment around you in either a positive or negative manner. And I think that's what's difficult about people having and knowing that responsibility. It's a lot of responsibility to put on people's shoulders. It's incredible. I digress. Yeah, life's pretty good right now. You know what? I wonder sometimes, hey, dude, check it out. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't even know if you can pet one, to be honest. Larry, his name's Larry for now. Larry. Okay, so here's to hoping I don't get mauled, taloned, beaked, pecked, tacked, gouged, sliced, filleted. Oh my god, so many words. They genuinely look so cool. Oh my god, he's getting closer. Oh god. Oh dear lord. I don't want to piss it off or, like, have it move. I got here first. I think it's trying to move forward. Oh my god, dude. He's so pretty. There are several things that I've kind of grown into now that I've come into my 30s, and I'm really happy that I've kind of grown into them. But possibly the most important one that I found was probably myself. And that's after a lot of contemplation. Because after thinking about it for a while, there's really only one person that you'll be stuck with for the rest of your life. And that's really just you, you know? It's you. You know, because, like, if you don't like yourself when you wake up, you're gonna have a really tough life. That's just me being as honest as possible, okay? Because you have to learn how to love yourself, dude. Like really accept yourself for who you are. You have to really just be as objective with the status quo. with what is actually happening. Just be very honest, because if there's anybody you have to be absolutely honest to, it has to be yourself. You can lie to everybody else at least once about something small. Hey, does this shirt make me look fat? Yeah, dude. No, dude. But like, you know, like really believe in yourself, because it takes a while to get here. Because I've been exploring a lot of themes lately, and some of those involve spirituality. It's so funny because I spent a majority of my younger years, essentially all of my adolescence, combating religion. I should be more thorough though. I really didn't like organized religion, because to me faith should be, you know, just like singular, should be like personal. No one should be able to dictate and tell me how I should want to have my experience. Personally, you know, modern dating is so crazy when you really think about it. And wow, let me tell you, it's such a clown show, for sure. Modern dating is so fun. Y'all should really do it. Yeah, definitely not being sarcastic at all, for sure. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I want to do like a podcast. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there, but yeah, life is so incredibly rewarding, as much as you really want it to be. You just really gotta want it. So good luck. What's up, y'all? This is Jets. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Joshua Tree. I'm at Joshua Tree right now. Today is beautiful Saturday, November 29th, 2025. But what does that mean? What am I doing here? Even I don't know. But I'm just having a good life, trying to have a good time. And I think I found like a pretty good middle ground for who I am as a person. Yeah, I'm finally by. I'm actually like back from the dead, which is crazy to say because I've been inactive for so long, because I've been losing myself for so many years. I was so sick and tired being that person. So yeah, dude, I just stopped and now I'm here. It's really nice out here. And to tell you guys the truth, I went camping last night. It was pretty fun, pretty cool. I was in the middle of mixing just right now. I actually picked this up. It's pretty sick. I really enjoyed it a lot, actually. Learning how to play tunes on this, play my tracks. It's really nice. So yeah, I was just recording, and I really just wanted to make this video because I was just inspired at the time. I just had my coffee. The sunrise just happened a few minutes ago. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about some things and get it off my chest, because it's been a few years since my life kind of took a turn, and then I wanted to kind of recalibrate myself to where I'm at right now. So this is where I'm at. Yeah, so I'm gonna try this out. I'm just restructuring my life, trying to make it better every day, and also really learning how to live. Sit and enjoy this moment. This is the stuff that really matters. Like, this is what you work for every day. For moments like this, the moments that you really want for yourself. Like, what kind of life do you want to live, and what kind of life do you want to create, you know? Do you guys want to know a secret? I'm extremely sleep deprived, and it's been like this for a few years. And I guess I don't really remember the last time I had a really good night's sleep. Like, actually a full week's worth good of sleep. I have a good day every now and then, but it just doesn't break the monotony of things, you know? Because that's really important. Life is so good, y'all. Every day I ask for more, and I get it. And every day that I don't need certain things, I get more of those things. It's so strange. You know, for the longest time I was trying to run away from myself. I really didn't know where I was going or what I was doing with my life. And even to this day, there's still little moments of those little pieces of reminders in my mind, letting me know that they're always there, that they're always present. I've come to learn that over the years of growing up in this world, not all things have a clear, straight answer. I'm currently mixing right now, listening to some new hobbies, new jobbies. I got my DJ sets. Life is pretty good. And I don't really have much else to add about that. My life is so sweet right now. And I know in life it's so weird, because sometimes you'll come in with the good times and sometimes you'll experience the bad times. But that's just how it is. Life is constant adjustment, adaptability. So yeah, for me, here are a few tips for me. This ain't for you, buddy. I don't know why you're watching this video. I made this video for me. But yeah, these are some tips for me to survive planet Earth. Number 1, be patient. Like, come on, man. Be patient, because at the end of the day, if you're not patient, you lose. You lose out on so many things in life. All the good, rich, full experiences. And it hurts to know that you might not experience everything that you really want to truly feel in this life. And that's got to make you feel some type of way. I've learned quite a few things on my travels as a human. And if I'm being kind of honest, I have been in survival mode for a very, 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 very long time. And it wasn't until recently that I found the light at the end of the tunnel. For me, I need to take breaks. For me to succeed the best in life, I really need to pause, because I go so fast in life already. It's kind of crazy, actually. You know, in life, I wonder most of the time where I'm going. Why am I going in the direction that I'm heading into? For what reason? And I couldn't really give myself an answer for years. And even to this day, it's still kind of fuzzy. Like now, I have a little bit of a better direction of where I want to take this thing called my life. And it's so nice, dude. I really like my life. I'm so grateful for it. It's such an amazing thing. It's taught me so much. I've learned so much living here on this earth. And I think that's one of the best things about living on earth for me. It's just being able to learn every day. I love learning. It's probably one of my core things that make my heart beat. It inspires my childlike nature. You know, I feel like for me too, I could also learn to chill the F out. Dude, like, relax. Everything's so serious all the time. Like, no, it ain't. Stop. I'm learning, taking life in a much more different pace now. And I have to accept that some parts of my life aren't perfect, as is the case with most people, if not all people. Alright y'all, so I was mixing and I'm just listening to all these really sad songs. Lately my vibe has been kind of low, and I have a pretty good gut feeling of what it could be. So I've been approaching my life much more differently now. I've been approaching it with the mindset that I should want to do better for me, because I deserve it. I deserve a good life. How do I do that? How do I achieve that? How can I make it all worth it in the end for me? Every moment that we're alive, we kind of take it for granted. And it's just such a big truth. Today we're going to play Truth or Dare. Dare. I dare you to have a good day. And why do I have to do that? It's so hard for some people to have such a good day, to be so calm and find peace from within. You know, guys, in this life, you really only get one shot. Just make sure you don't fuck it up. Do you guys want to know something embarrassing? Every single human being farts. I feel like mine are nuclear. Like, they go so nuclear. Like, it's toxic, it's biohazardous. Like, dude, oh my god, like, what did I eat? Life is so funny. You can find so many times to laugh at yourself, and we don't. We defend ourselves from ourselves. Are you guys keeping up? Doesn't it break your heart sometimes to know that you fail yourself pretty often? Or does it break your heart even more to know that the goals that you set for yourself are so easy to achieve if you really just put your focus, all of your focus, every single piece of it, into that one thing and give it some time? And in time, it will be the thing that you want it to be, because it's that easy. This life requires you to be just a little bit more patient to receive exactly the things that you want. Do you guys want to know something crazy? For the last 5 years, I have not had a single close friend, but it's because my standards are too damn high. But also, if we're being vulnerable, just for a little bit, I'm afraid of being hurt. That close, intimate bond with others requires you to be very in tune with yourself and what you want and what you're trying to do as a person for your life, that is. So yeah, what does it mean to accept yourself? What a difficult concept to accepting yourself. You know, guys, sometimes I dare myself. Sometimes I play Truth or Dare with myself, and I dare myself to just be myself. The strongest thing anyone can ever do is just be themselves. You're not hurting anybody. Like, let's be real, you're genuinely not hurting anyone. And if you are, you really need a check. Someone needs to check you, man. The life that you want is so much closer than you think. Do you guys want to know something? Peace is so rare. So when you find it, please hold on to it. But when it's time for it to go, you gotta let it go. Because it'll come back again, and even better next time. The best things in this life are often free. What you do with those things and your time Probably some of the most important things you'll ever do. Hey, question. How do you find yourself? Like, when you really think about it, how do you find yourself? Do you go out into the world after you've grown up, and do you just look in the mirror one day and just, that's me? Your work on yourself is never complete. It's actually kind of crazy because you really lose a sense of what it means. I spent a lot of my time in this life trying to find myself. To this day, I still am trying to do that. I want to know what there is to know about life. All of this is so crazy and so small. We're all so unique. Probably some of the most important words to ever come out of my mouth are, oh yeah, I don't have anything to say. I'm just gonna end the video like that, but peace out. Another one of my favorites that I usually ask people is, if I removed everything about you, your identity, your clothes, your autonomy, your anatomy, your brain, your memories, your experiences, your consciousness, like literally everything, who are you? Yeah, see, that's why it's a good one. I love asking that question. It stumps people. It really stumps them. I struggle with that question myself too. It's a hard fucking question, man. I guess another good question to ask is, are you building a life worth living, or are you just finding reasons to live? No, seriously, like, think about it. If I gave you 1 year to change who you could become, who would you become? 1 year? No rules, just your own autonomy and your own agency. Who would you choose to be? And I wonder who I would meet at the end of it. For so long, I was genuinely tortured by my own actions. Y'all see that? The shadow when I said actions. It was a... Yeah. Life's funny. Life's funny, but when you start working on your shadows and realizing that the shadows, they're not your enemies. Because when you work with your shadows, you kind of understand like they're just there. And it's up to you to figure out how to work around all of your mess before you even consider chasing or even attracting or even manifesting the person or the job or the thing or the events or the place or the time or the people. Yeah, I think you guys get the point. I was genuinely lost for so long, but after having found a lot of good time and spending it the way that I really needed, I kind of understand. Yeah, man, I kind of understand the point of life now. I guess, let me ask you guys a question. Would you rather be dead or alive? Exactly. Let me ask you guys a question. Is the same green that I see the same as yours? I mean that in a more metaphorical way. And sometimes it takes a really long while, a really, really, really long while to find yourself, or at least start discovering bits and pieces of those things that make you, you. It's honestly so crazy to me that I have about 30 to possibly 60 more years of this. That's so cool. I'm so excited. I'm very ready. I think the best part about life is that when you find your groove, like the thing that you really want to obsess about, even if it is just for a short while, you really start to fall in love with life again. I think for me this time though, it's permanent. I'm just so excited. I'm really hyped. Did you guys know that all you have to do is wake up, be alive, and you get to be happy? You get to choose to be happy. Everything is a choice. You just have to approach it with intuition and your gut. Also a little bit of your heart and your brain. Duh, who would have thought? So yeah, just taking a break, taking a little breather while I finish up my cardio. Everything that you do in life matters, because in life there are actions and consequences. You either pay the price or you pay the price. Happy 32nd birthday to me. It feels good being comfortable in front of a camera again. If you guys didn't know, I actually had a lot of different projects that I was pursuing. These projects, they were really fun at the time. And I guess the more that I think about that, the more that I decided, I'm gonna try to do this. I'm really gonna try to pursue this. If there's something that I really want to master, it's music. I've decided I'm really good at it. It honestly gives me great joy to make music. Happy 32nd birthday to me. Every single living, breathing thing in you that makes
up you is going to die. So once you realize that, life gets pretty easy, doesn't it? You start to wonder, what are the more important things that you want to spend your time on? Because you could spend your time on so many different things. These things that you really, truly, deeply enjoy. What does that all amount to? It's simple, honestly. It's time well spent. And that's the meaning of life, to be present. It's really just to be fucking present. The meaning to life is to be present, to be honest with you. I really deeply, truly believe the meaning to life is just to be present. Otherwise you miss out on everything. And that's how I know life is great. Look at this. No, I'm not going crazy or anything like that. I actually feel very sane. Yeah, I'm just saying, I just want to spend each moment super present from now on. Like, look, it's nice. Imagine you didn't have any of your senses. To really deeply live in the world, to really know what it's like to be alive. Because life is to be cherished. It's really nice, actually, to breathe. Yeah, I just thought I'd share some positivity. Later. Everything that you do in life should be measured, calculated. Most importantly, you gotta go with your gut. I think from time to time we kind of forget that we have some sort of intuitive nature about us. If you want to be successful in life, I think you just have to follow your gut. Happy 32nd birthday to me. Happy 32nd birthday to me. I'm so excited to just be alive. Yeah, because I actually thought I was gonna be dead by the time I was 20. So many different life changes. And it's so funny because you're not even like conscious of like the changes happening. They just happen, which is kind of cool. I guess this is a great way of saying I just love being alive. Because if you're not living, you're dead. Duh, dummy. Happy birthday to me. Happy 32nd birthday. It's been 5 years since the last time I bothered making a video like this. And I feel like right now is a pretty good time. Because I'm at a pretty different stage of life now. So yeah, so like the majority of life is spent being AFK, I think. You're not really present. And that really sucks because you miss out on all the details that make life so cool. Like, look what I get to look at. That's so cool. I just feel really lucky to be alive, so that's great. I'm in a much better spot now. Like, wake up. Like, life is so good. It's so easy if you just open your eyes. Because at the end of the day, it's you against you. Such a beautiful thing. Because you win no matter what. Yeah, life's so good, dude. Life's too good. I'm back. I'm alive. Yeah, just some thoughts. It's just so good. Yeah, I you know, like, look, you just have to look around. Because life is beautiful. Just finished my daily cardio. I hope you guys have a good day. I just wanted to share my day with you guys. I'm obviously having a great time right now, living. Life's so good. It's just so beautiful. I'm gonna give it one more rip. Let's go. This thing gets so stupidly fast. Moly. What's up, y'all? This is how we're spending the holidays, baby. 2025. Let's go. Life's just so good, guys. Like, oh, this thing picks up, yo. Holy shit. 20 miles an hour, dude. This thing is pretty fun, not gonna lie.
This past year alone has been extremely life-changing. About a year ago, I got broken up with. It was the first time someone has ever left my life. I still don't know how to feel about it to this day. At the time, I was extremely heartbroken. Couldn't really understand what was actually happening. You know, I could only really feel everything at the time. One of the biggest advice pieces I've ever heard that really helped me was just to feel everything, to sit with all of that uncomfortable bullshit, really feel it all out. Now it's been about a year and I still don't know how to feel. I'm just sitting somewhere looking at the skyline. It's funny because we can try to escape all of the problems in our lives and they still come running back. It's incredible. The recipe for a good life is unknown. When you look at most people, if not every other single human being out there, you really have to ask yourself if they know what they're doing too. There's about 8 billion of us on this planet. There's no way that every single one of us knows exactly what we were supposed to be doing. Is there really a grand master plan? I learned a lot about myself because I'm over 3 decades old. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like I'm still growing. Still feels like I'm learning a lot. It feels like it never ends, the education, the lessons to be absorbed. It's kind of scary because really when you look at life, what exactly is life? It's just all of your experiences. It really is just an experience. When I was younger, I was so hell-bent on controlling everything. Controlling myself, controlling how others perceived me, trying to control others. In the end, I'm glad I failed. It's one of the few things that I'm really happy turned out that way. Because if there's anything I learned, it's that whenever you try to control something, it breaks free of that control. I suppose the longer I've been alive, the more I realize it's a little easier to just go along with things. I think another thing that really irks me is knowing that you don't belong. Because wherever I go in this life, feels like I just don't belong anywhere. At this point of time, I've met countless peoples throughout my travels all over. To this day, I don't really have anyone I can call a real friend. Sure, there may be a handful of people that I can count on every now and then. Because when I was a teenager, I really thought I'd be a lot more successful. But now that I'm actually here, I think I'm doing quite okay. I personally don't need a lot in this life to really be happy. I've really come to admire the phrase, you should leave where you're tolerated and you should go where you're celebrated, because I've experienced that all throughout my life. And what I mean is I just don't really feel at home or at peace with most people that I encounter. In fact, I feel sort of ostracized and kind of alone, especially when I'm surrounded by lots of people. I don't really feel the need to connect with all of them, but when I do interact with them, especially the few that I try to pick out carefully, because I don't want to share my energy with just anyone at this point. I'm very careful and very selective with who gets to interact with me. I think that's the beautiful part, because people come in all different shapes and sizes. They have different personalities, different psychologies. Their cognitive makeup may be a lot more different than you or I might have. Their mental faculties are all a different chemistry. I think it's quite interesting, really. And it's also very beautiful because all of that variety means something. It genuinely means that there is beauty out there. There's beauty in the differences, but there is beauty in the similarities as well. It's a lot for me to confess, but I'm still unhappy with where I'm at in life. Across the board, I thought I would be in a much completely different space, you know, like a different headspace, being a lot more positive, easygoing, relaxed, laid back, chill, all of that. Not sure why I don't feel any of those things. I spent the majority of my 20s so lost. Even now in my 30s, I still feel a little bit lost. You can't tell me every single human envisions their whole life in front of them and really follows through with all of their plans, dreams, hopes, wishes, agendas, motives, routines. You can set yourself up for success in every single type of way, and life somehow still finds its way to beat you down. And you know the crazy thing? The crazy thing is you can still get back up. You can look in the mirror the next day and realize you can grow. You can really see what you're made out of. I spent my 20s in misery, if I'm going to be quite honest. It's not like the whole time was miserable. There were moments of happiness too. I'm not joking, like long periods of time where I was just content. But I think that's what led me to being miserable, because I was okay with just how things were. But now I see it's a cycle, now that I'm in my 30s and I'm a little bit older and I can understand the formula of life, so to speak. Because the biggest impetus for growth is discomfort, at least for me. At least that's how I understand things. And I think what's difficult about that is that when you start growing into something else and you outgrow your old situation, you become more situated in your new circumstances. Don't you think that's a bit weird? Because you're seeking comfort at the end of the day. Someone who doesn't even recognize who they were when the process started now, because you're a totally different person, a different kind of beast. Process of living and then dying only to be reborn in the ashes. What an incredibly taxing thing, and yet it's what makes me feel most alive. And I have to say, I'm falling in love with the process every bit of the way now. I'm starting to understand what all of this means. Making sense of the people that didn't make sense beforehand. They were speaking complete gibberish and nonsense to me, and now they kind of are starting to make sense. The complete opposite could be said about that too. The people I once called close friends and acquaintances are all but strangers now. And that is so weird to me. Because as you go along in life, don't you want to collect more and more people, different experiences, positive ones too, right? But the answer there is no, at least for me. Because the answer is to collect all of those experiences and to learn from them, to sit with them, to grow from them. It's funny. It's so funny. You can do everything in your life correctly and still manage to mess it all up somehow. And you know what? Tomorrow will be a new day, and you'll have a new chance to do something interesting, fun, and hopefully positive for your life. I'm trying to approach this differently now. What do I mean by this? What do I mean by this exactly? Everything that I was doing beforehand wasn't working for me, so I have to do something different in order to get a different result. Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. But guess what? I was doing that for so long, and still I fooled myself thinking that I was growing. How funny. I was so foolish. I think the older I get, the more I realize how important human connection is. There is no sense in true isolation. All you're really doing is hurting yourself, and that's quite the truth. There is beauty in connection. You just have to make sure those connections are beautiful to begin with. And those phrases of the grass growing greener where you water it, of course it's going to be true, but just make sure that whatever you're watering is also watering you back. You can't always be giving in this life, because you should also be humble enough to receive, because there's lots of gifts and presents to be enjoyed, especially from other minds. I was changing myself when I didn't even know I was. I got addicted to running and cardio and exercise and trying to improve myself physically, because I admit I had let myself go extremely badly. And to me, that was such a sin, because I was not loving myself. To really take care of yourself it's probably a privilege of a lifetime. To really enjoy your mind, your body, and to really feed it everything that it deserves, not just what it wants. Your brain is a creature of unlimited potential, and it is always hungry. It's quite important to give it what it wants, the nutrients to grow, so to speak. We encounter so many different kinds of people throughout this life. Just make sure you want to surround yourselves with the ones that really celebrate you, as you celebrate them too. Life is all about negotiation in this way, figuring out who works best for you and your personality at the time. Because you may go through changes, and unknowingly, your psychology will also undergo those changes as well. And as a result, people that you once held so close and dear to your little heart, well, they're just gonna break it now, aren't they? And I'm not speaking strictly in terms of other people such as friends, family, romantic interests. Maybe I'm speaking about the person in the mirror. We spend so much time trying to improve ourselves, we forget to actually enjoy the present moment. I think what we can do in life is just have a positive outlook at the end of the day. Try to look up to things and look forward to things happening, and knowing that however it goes, it's still going to be okay. Because there are many situations in life that really test your grit, your humanity. We see ourselves in such different ways compared to how other people see us too. Our self-image is so incredibly different than to how people actually perceive our energy. Because I'm sure you guys have bumped into people that have made you feel like total incredible. Because those very same people, they'll teach you so much about yourself. They'll teach you what you're made out of real quick and teach you what is meant for you and what isn't meant for you. And it really is up to you to figure out how to really interpret all of those answers that are given. I think it's important to note that as we grow, other people grow as well. Maybe not to the same degree that we grow, and maybe we don't grow in the same way that they grow, but everyone grows. It's just a fact of life. Because you can always say that it's really sweet to know that you've been there too when you relate to someone from a completely different background, especially if it's someone that you never really encountered before or really had any previous experience with. I think the older I get, the more I'm starting to understand this life really is about you versus you. It's me versus me. It's I versus I. And I think that is what is driving me the most to still live on. Our own personal goals and agendas, especially, I think at the end of the day, just smile. Because really, what do you have to be sad about? There's always something to be sad about, isn't there? Something to be upset with, to get your panties in a bunch, so to speak. Something to really grind your gears. You can also reprogram your brain. You can also do quite the opposite of what you have been doing, to look for the more positive things in life. Reinforce that pattern-seeking recognition, to look at things in a much more brighter and keeping clarity in mind. It's so essential, especially for modern living in 2026. All of the friends you made along the way and all of the enemies you made, every single person, they are all an inner reflection of you, and they are all representing a small piece of you if you look just hard enough. I'm not sure how you found this video, friend, but for the people that this video is for, this video will definitely find you, because you understand that this message was meant for you. For the people that this message does not belong to, well, obviously, I'm glad the message hasn't been received by you yet. You know you're not ready to absorb any of this knowledge. But if you still stumbled upon this video and you align with that previous character that I just described, I have quite a few videos lined up for you too. This life is beautiful. Stop being so sad. Look at the mirror, smile, and be happy. How easy is life, really? You are handsome, you are beautiful, you're intelligent, you're kind, you're patient, you're loving, you're caring. What more could you ask for, really? You're a lot of great things, but you didn't need me to tell you that, did you? Just look in the mirror and you'll find what you're looking for anyway, because it's always been there, all along.